Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld episode, what are we on, 387, so says the current episode counter. So what we are going to do, we're going to try to find a jungle biome that has bamboo. We're looking for a bamboo jungle, even though I want to say they're called bamboo forest. Nope, it is bamboo jungle. Alright, cool. Oops. Click. Alright, so we're looking on the positive z-axis as that is the primary direction how we travel. Look, Zella Moon rises. You have a bed, have the boat. Let's go catch some z's. Oh, you know what? I should have gone to the end. My fault. Later. What was that one? Ah, that's a 12,000. That's not far enough. We need like 60,000 plus. Or somewhere a little off of maybe like 40,000. Wow, what a nice little, nice sleeping bag I have. Man, so nice to be able to sleep on blocks that are on the ground now. Oh, here's one. 512, 56,000. Someone told me. Howdy, Ian. No raid time. I don't know how much bamboo I really need, and I kind of don't want to go fishing. But yeah, if I just whip out wherever we are, way over here in Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld, what jungle have I not loaded up? Because it looks like I'm gonna have to pass like 60,000. 60,000, no, 61,000, even farther. So this is between like 0 and 800. There's a jungle at a 6,300. No way. It's right next to a one of the plateaus. You know what? This might be the day we set up another outpost. I wasn't really planning on it, but I'll be honest. 64,000. I'm thinking of setting up another nether outpost. So this is going to be way over here. Because this is right on x-axis origin. X0. So yeah, 64,000 is like right at the beginning of it. Alright, well that's easy to remember. Alright, cool. So I know where we're going. I've not at all seen the stuff. Oh yeah, the resource pack isn't updated. It's mostly done. It's not done yet. I still have a couple things to finish. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to grab food. That's not how you grab food. We're going to grab another half a stack of bacon. Then we're going to grab whatchamacallit. In fact, hold on. Let me mark down some notes as well. I already got my red sand. Oh, I'm going to need a village. Maybe I'll get lucky and we'll find a village before we head over there. There's a lot of land. And it looks like we're going to be passing by another Disco Mountains biome. And so I need... What did I say? It was obsidian. Oh yeah, hold on. Just gonna write my journal afterward. It's been a few days or something. Thought Minecraft fossils have always had lore. Like, there were creatures before us. And that's about it. Those fossils were added back in 1.10, I think. They've been around for a long time. They were just decorative, though. But it still shows of the history of that. Obsidian. We're gonna grab 20 obsidian. In the event that I don't like one portal, I gotta make another. We're gonna travel through the nether. We're gonna go through the nether for this. And kind of go from there. In fact, maybe if I travel through the nether, if I set it right at 64,000. Well, I guess 8,000. 8,000 in the nether will get us to 64,000 in the overworld. So I have my flint and iron, as I guess that's what I called it. I have the obsidian, I have the boat, bed. Is there anything else I really want for an outpost? If we're doing full-on outpost, I might as well just set something up over there. Yeah, this is going to put us right at the edge of a jungle and bamboo jungle. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. Hello, howdy, welcome back to the stream. In fact, I might have a plan. Can't say how well the plan's gonna work, but I almost wonder if it'd be better just to travel through the overworld. Because if I make the portal here in the nether... we'll just go for it. We'll travel through the nether, then we'll figure it out once we get over there. Sweet and sour chicken. Batter dipped. Interesting. I haven't had dinner yet. It's still a little early. But I can already tell I'm going to be hungry by the time the stream's over. Let's grab the boat as we have some traveling to do. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that the boat doesn't go splat, since that has become a problem. We're going to go all the way to the end here. All 70 to 7,300 blocks. And then that'll be that. It looks like X0's just to our left. But yeah, looks like we're going to build another portal here on the top side. Thankfully, I don't have to wander very far left or right. This will be quite a journey, that's for sure. Almost like Minecraft the journey, but oops. Insert Grandpa Buggy joke here. Oh, well, anyways, we're just gonna keep on going. So yeah, we're gonna run out of, whatchamacallit. We are going to run out of, excuse me, we're gonna run out of Ice Highway for about 700 blocks. We're about to see. Oops, that's not the button. There we go. Oopsies. So hard getting the boat to go forward without it drifting way to the right. I hear you gassed. I hear you. Remember when there used to be a problem up here? Gone are the days. But turns out I totally didn't think about any of the baby pigmen being problems. If I really, really absurdly wanted to get rid of baby pigmen spawning, I almost think I could put a slab, a top half slab on the underside of the thingy. Top half of the underside of the current slabs here, but I don't know if the boat will fit within a half block space. Have the guests really lived in torture? They're angry for a reason. I'm waiting to see how long it'll take for the game theory to make another Minecraft lore video with the new information about the guests. Assuming they don't have any insider knowledge and Minecraft Live was brand new, I'd give them several weeks or so. You gotta be fast because, you gotta make sure people are still interested at the time. Slaves to the algorithm and all that. But they still need enough time to draw the connections. I know it won't be MatPat, that's why I said game theory. I know MatPat's usually spending other stuff. Alright, well, away we go. This feels so much slower now. Maybe now's a good time to keep working on the minecart track. Not right now, but since I don't have ice. So yeah, we're mostly going forward. So right at 8,200. Or sorry, right at 8,000, not 82. That'll bring us at exactly 64,000 in the overworld. Good thing I added extra chunks, added extra nether chunks for that I converted, because I realized it originally stopped around 1,024, or sorry, 10,000 blocks and something, and I realized that wasn't far enough, and so I needed to make sure to go farther. So now I have as much old nether all the way up to about 16,384 on the z-axis. The chunks after that I've already wiped from the drive. They're only in other world backups. But yeah, I was getting really close to the end of my preloaded nether, and so when I upgraded to 1.13, I brought back twice as much nether. I do have water in this nether. This is the same nether I've been using. I keep talking about my water park. Every so often I talk about the water park. Alright, so we're going to build it right here, from -0 to 0. Because that's how Minecraft math works. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oop. I realized I didn't bring any blocks to place in the corners, but oh well. And I don't know how many years it's going to take for me to deal with the ghasts. You're not thinking exponentially. Oh, how many years? We'll find out when we get there. Oh yeah, we're going to open up the internal server thing because I want to know how bad it's going to be. And huzzah! Give me 64,000. Ah, dude, man, thanks for dropping on by. Your support is appreciated and all that. Huzzah indeed. Let's see how long it takes to generate new terrain. 1.14 was notoriously bad for generating chunks. Okay, I see that lava falling over there. Why are we in a cave? Why did it place me in a cave? Is the surface that bad? Because we're way down here at 13. We're at diamond level, and I didn't even try. Alright, well, either way, we have some exploration to do. Looks like this is just a regular ravine. Okay, well, yeah. Speaking of the Zella Moon, we're gonna catch some seas, and if that way is south, I think we face. Oh wait, rises in the east, sets in the west. We face west. That's the bugs even in modern day. Well, why though? Why does it? Never mind. I guess it doesn't want to do much to the terrain and would rather place you in an area that's completely safe, which ends up being a cave system. Whereas I know I've got all the trees and whatnot, so that's not a very good landing spot. Oh, what is that? Why is that chunk? This is what happens when you're right at a chunk border. Well, I think I was right on my math, though, if I'm correct. Ah, it's 2 blocks off. Whatever. Well, anyways, here's the thing. If I were to plot back through this portal, I'm pretty sure it would generate a new one. In the nether, and I'm not entirely sure that's what I want. So I'm going to deal with that later. We're going to go this way. Whip out my fortune pickaxe. Sort the inventory. Alright, back to digging. Why are you telling me cobblestone stair now? Did all my recipes reset? No. You're telling me I haven't picked up any cobblestones since I started playing in I should say since advancements. Something with the system did not save correctly within recent times. Yeah, if all is according to plan, we should be right at the edge of the jungle and the bamboo jungle. Oh, missed a cobble. No cobble left behind. Man, I'm not even trying to do anything, and here I am collecting all these different stone types. We've just got here. And now I already have all of this. Oi. I'm watching the internal server, see if there are any major hiccups. Not gonna do anything about it, but I'm keeping an eye out. Yeah, 1.14 had some sort of long distance travel problem compared to 1.13. 1.13, oop. A general performance drops. 1.14, that's one of the big things it had. Well, I made it to the surface. Hooray! There it is. Well, that's why. Placed me approximately 30 blocks forward, or 40 blocks forward. It really wanted to land me right in the water. And so it said, well, I guess the closest valid spot's underground. Alright, well now I better understand. Let me try to find a good area. Well, you know what I didn't do? I didn't update the sounds for the resource pack yet. Let me do that. Right, my notes. Alright, cool. Alright, well, back to work. Chances are I'm gonna go all the way up. This isn't beta anymore. I can land safely in any water. I saw that terrain loading up in the background. Man, this is so bright. This is so bright compared to jungles normally. There's a panda? Where'd you see the panda? Oh, I see some melons. Those generate now. I'll say now, but they've generated naturally since 1.7. Huzzah. So I'm probably gonna have my outpost set up right over there, but I will say, having this little island, this is not a terrible location. This is, so let's see, 64,002 means the portal is directly down there. So it's really said the nearest valid landing spot was the cave. Not a griffin, welcome back. But yeah, I think I will indeed set up an outpost, and right around here should be fine. Well, we gotta do what we came here for. Gotta collect some of the bamboo. There we go. I don't know how much of this I need. What I should do is make a bamboo farm. I can make it automated with an observer. Alright, well, we did the first thing. The first thing I wanted to do was gather bamboo, because I need this for scaffolding and for... I need that for scaffolding and for the bamboo block itself. So we are just past 64,000, so if I go another 500 blocks forward, and a couple hundred blocks left, we should find a village. Scaffolding useful in construction projects. I think I like dirt more. You can't build scaffolding horizontally more than 5 blocks. That's sad. Makes sense though, because in the scaffolding calculations, they don't want absurd structures. I'd rather use dirt though. I wonder what this village is going to look like. I can't tell because what I'm looking at shows that it's right at the edge. We're also going to really hope that there's no village spawning difference between 1.14 and 1.16. Probably not. But if the village isn't there, then I'm just going straight back to the outpost. But I'm hoping to make it there before nighttime. That way I can at least sleep in one of the beds. Reset it today. Because we need to gather a bell. I am incapable of crafting bells, so I'm gonna have to go find one. I'm not concerned about the trade differences, I just need the generation location to be the same. Alright, another couple hundred blocks forward or so. We might even start seeing the end of the... Oh, you know what I could also do? I realized, I didn't think about it until I was already on my way to the village. There's a couple of jungle temples I can go explore as well. Oh, look, here's a path block. This village is buried deep in here. Is this a spruce village? Why is there a spruce village in a jungle? What are you doing? Do I steal everything? There's no one here to tell me not to. All this is just going into the outpost. It's not going home with me. Are there not dedicated jungle villages, and so they generate with spruce stuff? This place is totally overrun. Oh wait, hold on, there's a spruce tree. Did it generate in the world's smallest spruce biome? Hold on. Where is it? Is it around here? Oh wait, I'm looking for the well, right? Or the tree or whatever in the middle. If I can find that, I think that will tell me. Here it is, the taiga. Aha, so it is right at the edge. Hey guys, how's it going? Baby villager. Oh, berry bushes. I'll take that. That's gonna save me another travel. Oops. Alright, I can leave some of this stuff behind. What do I not need? Potato, stick, fern, seeds, stack of cobblestone. No, that's not true. I'll take the cobblestone. Saplings, of course. Don't need that. It is indeed quite handy. Not there here. Look at all those potatoes. Take the wood, though. Surrounded by all these trees, and I'd rather steal the wood. Alright, let's see. Does anyone know where the center is? I'm looking for Big Ben. Oh, I didn't know that. Pumpkin pie. I'm gonna steal that real fast. Oh, there's a campfire. Who puts a campfire in the middle of the pathway? Excuse me, I'm walking here. Man, look at all these rubies. I'm already at 7. There used to be so much harder to come by, assuming you didn't live right next to a giant extreme hills. Oh, nighttime's approaching. Oh, here's a plains area. This is rather cool. Oh, wait, hold on. Are these some of the flowers I need? Are these the cornflower? Yeah, I think cornflowers are new. They added cornflowers, some other white flower, and the wither rose to make up for the other dyes. Alright, cool. We're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, how about we catch some Z's? Reset the Somnia timer. Howdy, Koski. Welcome back. The emeralds are supposed to be 25% more rare than diamond. But if you go mining in a large extreme hills biome, you're going to be collecting a lot more emeralds than diamonds. Alright, I think we might only have the cornflower. Maybe I should look up real fast. Let me whip out the 1.14 blocks. Alright, so I know where I am. Put that away. Because I can't remember what that other flower is. If I could pick up the other flower now, it'll save me time later. So we're looking at the Lily of the Valley. Forest, flower forest, birch forest, dark forest. Alright, so it means... Do I have any of those near here? Oh, kinda do. I do, yeah, I do have a forest here. In fact, I think it might be on the other side of the plains. Alright, village, I'll be coming back. Yeah, let's go pick up some of the Lily of the Valleys. I don't know if dried gas would be a good currency, because aren't they craftable? I'm sure people have gas farms to get the gas dyes for that. Alright, where are the flowers? Because I've definitely never been this far before. Oh, this is a very thin forest. Place your bets now whether or not you'll think I'll find any. I don't know what the spawning chance is for the Lily of the Valley. I am in a possible area for generation, though. Truth be told, I kind of forgot about them, and I was focused on the village stuff. And then I saw the cornflowers, and I thought, oh, this is a great time to pick them up. They're not found, though. We're gonna hope they're found in forests within 1.14 pre-2. Truth be told, if I can find at least 2, I'll be happy. Because then I can hold on to one, and then put the other... Nope, that's not them. I can hold on to one, and then put the other in the block museum. Because we are probably going to be working more on the block museum into the next stream. If I can't get everything here today while I'm out and about in all these new lands, then yeah, that's going to have to be next time. Aha! Here they are. Hello. Alright, cool. That wasn't too far of a travel distance. I also don't know what I'm gonna do with the dyes. Me being me. I don't know how I feel about them. However, if I get them changed, that would be nice. Alright, 14 and 14, that's good enough. How would I put the coal in my offhand? Alright, I think we're just gonna go straight back to the portal. Straight back to where we're gonna build our outpost, because we do not have the inventory space for any more of this stuff. Jump, big jump. Alright, let's see, where are we? Well, we wandered a little bit farther than I thought I would. Oh, if I had a saddle, I could tame one of the horses, that'd be fast. Indeed, absolutely more than 2. Hooray! That means I got a properly generating patch. Because if I did only end up with 2, that would not be a lot. Oh, we made it back to the village. Hooray! Alright, village, I'm gonna do some exploration later. Oh, no way! There's a whole staircase here. I'll take your pumpkin pie, thank you. Pumpkin pie became not as cool now that all these villagers have them. Someone tried planting in their own front door. I'll take that, and the bushes, berry bushes. Oh wait, hold on. I can steal the whole chest. Hippity hoppity, your items are now my property. Ooh. Any goods in there? Nope. I saw that grindstone, but we'll see if I ever end up, or not the grindstone, the stone cutter, that's the word. One of these days, I might invest in a stone cutter for the reason of you get the full 1-to-1. Uh-oh, forest fire. Smokey would not be happy, but it's Team Treant approved. Yeah, it's 1-to-1 for stairs. One block gives you one stair block, whereas crafting, it takes 6 to only get 4 in return. I can't remember if slabs give you 2, though. I feel like it should, if they want proper material conservation. Alright, only another 300 blocks or so. We're getting there. Should be there before nightfall. And thankfully, the villagers were nice enough to let me steal all their chests, which means I don't have to make them. I could just set them down and then start emptying out my inventory. But yeah. Oh, that's right. You can climb vines without a back on them. That's such a small feature that I greatly appreciate. How you can climb vines just by trying to jump up it. Whereas vines, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, you needed to make sure that they had a backside, a solid block behind them that you would be able to climb up. Would you jump Smokey the Bear? Probably not. But yeah, that's such an absurd thing to think about. Oh look, there's a panda. Hello. They're rather peaceful, right? Only the angry pandas are hostile. Alright, let's start placing this stuff down quickly. Team Treant most wanted. Hey, don't be leaking the list. Can't let the public know. Alright, so we need... Yeah, do I even want to set up here, or do I want to set up on the island? I feel like, with portal convenience, this is the area to do so. Oh, I know. What if I left this pillar here and used it as part of the structure? Alright, well, let me start placing all this stuff down. A clean inventory is a happy inventory. Alright, so we'll toss all that, and now we could start chopping down trees because I need to make sure that I have the storage space. Ah, it'll be nice to raid more of the village once I get there. Like I was saying, jungle temples as well. We'll be getting to those later. Alright, so let's see. What other 14 stuff do I need to get while I'm out here? Because I picked up the 2 flowers, bamboo, berry bushes. So that's already 4 new items. In fact, here, I'll move them down here. So that way I know which blocks I've already acquired. Oh, the bell! I never found the bell at the village. I'll be working on that. I'm also kind of hoping to encounter one of the, Oh wait, no, hold on, I need a bucket. Well, anyways, I'm kind of hoping to encounter one of the scouting parties, the pillager scouting parties, because I could use an ominous banner. Alright, well, let's just chop down trees, clear out the area. I probably could have gone for a tree house. but I think I want this area cleaned out. Maybe I'll go for a tree house similar to what I had on... What was that series? VR Experiment. I feel like I'd rather something on the ground though, because I really like the view from right here, especially if I get to do something with that island. Lorax is also on the list, of course. So if I can clean out this area a little bit, I'll feel better. This tree generated strangely. It generated only on the 2 axes. Or I should say the 1 axis. Instead of branching out. Pun intended. Because trees have branches. Do we call them branches because of the other branch? Or because they branch out? That's why we call them branches. Or I should say... What was the first thing I said? Anyways, which branch came first? Branching out? Or tree branches? The coordinates are way over here at -5 and 64,000. If you're coming out here in survival, you've got a long distance to travel. Or you take the nether portal like I did. Ah, the vines haven't expanded yet. Come on, keep going down. I need that space to be filled in. So while that one I wait for, we're going to climb this tree. I really wasn't expecting to set up an outpost. I was thinking about it. I wasn't planning on setting one up until 1.17. But I gotta say, I really like this area. This is a really cool area, and so I figured, I think I will set one up after all. I wasn't expecting the area to look so cool. I was just looking at the map, looking at the bio map, and I figured this would be a cool place to establish one. Because my closest outpost is several thousand blocks from here, over in 1.8. Over in 1.8 terrain, I think. Maybe 1.9. With the new forests, I should say the new jungles, and the new villages, I figured this would be a decent time to set up. I'm probably going to also come back here and look around for more beehives when we get to 1.15. So this way, I'm all up to date with being rather close to new terrain. THX? I remember THX. The audio that played at the beginning of a movie. The whole warm-up. Little startup audio. Oh, come on, that hasn't connected yet. Need some intervention. Thanks for telling me how to make mossy cobblestone. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, you couldn't make mossy cobblestone. I think I was saying before, mossy cobblestone used to be really, I won't say valuable, but it was more like a trophy status for how much mossy cobblestone you had. Because you had to find it, and it would only ever be found in the dungeons. And so it would show just how many dungeons you've raided. And then 1.8 rolled around, and it became craftable. Which, I can understand, but then it means the value of mossy cobblestone has gone down, because you're able to have as much mossy cobblestone as you have cobblestone. Which I guess is great for Skyblock if you think about it, because Skyblock, if you start out with one vine, just get a vine farm going, and then with the cobblestone generator, you can expand and keep working on the other stuff. Keep making the mossy cobble. I know stone brick is nice and all, but For skyblock-based maps I've done in the past, or for other maps where I've relied on a cobblestone generator, I barely make any stone brick. Most of my stuff is just straight up cobblestone and planks. Oops. It's just cobblestone and planks because of how easy that is to acquire. No, maybe I will use my leaves and clean up this area. Apple, said Annoying Orange back in 2008? When did Annoying Orange first come out? When you say library music, am I supposed to know what library music is? I don't think I've ever been to a library that played music. Unless if the question is libraries that play music. There need to be soft, non-distracting. Look at all those sticks I'm getting from the thingies. You know what, hold on. Maybe I will collect a bunch of these leaves real fast. Because I realize, what if I use the leaves and had sort of like a garden here? I won't be going for a proper garden, but I can use the leaves, clean up the landscape. And then that way, I could do some sort of natural area. Last time I built a garden here on the world was the one that goes around my proper house in the 15A world. That was a long time ago. Anyone that can afford the licensing fee to use. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean other than I know what people paying licenses to use music is. I never finished this. Oh, how dare I. Don't leave floating leaves, kids. Or else you will feel the fire of Team Treant. It exists as stock music. I don't know how much stock music I hear. I don't know. I'm not a stock music person. And I don't listen to enough meme compilations to hear other people using it. I'll take that, thank you. I'm sure I do hear more than I think. But nothing's coming to mind. I know more songs than I know artist and name of them. And next time I go home, I'll need to make sure to fix my shears. These are not doing good. Local news, sports, broadcast, radio show, and big podcast. Buddy, I don't listen to any of that. That's not entirely true. Sometimes when I'm in the car with my dad, he puts on podcasts because he got tired of music. Sad face because I prefer music. I don't have to think about anything, I just let the music play. You know, I think I'll just wait, let the leaves go away on their own. Alright, you can go away. You can go away. I kind of like the sand a little bit, but I feel like not this much. Alright, excuse me, tall grass. I'm probably going to end up bone milling the area if I really do want to go back for that garden again, but that'll be easy. Skelly bums are everywhere. Alright, toss all that. There we go. This feels like a much more suitable working space. Oh no, did I leave a log? Oh man, I left one. Oops. Hold up. We gotta go back up there. We have an error that needs correcting. I wonder what the last new song I've heard is. I'd have to look back. It's hard to keep track of stuff you've listened to if it's not something you keep track of. If I were to whip out Shazam, it might tell me. From what you've described, it just sounds like corporatization. Alright, minimize all that, nothing important. And everything being standardized. Alright, we're gonna bring all this down, because I want it to be level. And a zoop. There we go. Alright. Nope, hold up. There we go. For sure this time. While we're here, we're gonna do the standard Zelinator thing. And not do that. We're gonna huzzah. And so it begins with the torches. I don't know how big of an area, but I need to make sure this area is all nice and safe. I have a question. Where did the conversation of library music come from? What thoughts were you expecting me to reply as? There we go. Alright, let's go light up the tiny island. And dunk. One torch, two torch. Red torch, blue torch. I don't know if we have blue torches, but I know we have the soul lanterns. Those are blue. Don't know if they emit blue light, but we do have blue light. Kinda. Moonlight's blue. Alright, well, you don't know here. I should just keep the bell tab open. Does the bell really look differently between Java and Bedrock? How did that happen? There are soul torches? How do you make soul torches? I didn't know that. Nisadi, welcome back. Oh, do I want to clean this up? Yo, drop one torch there and another one there. I want to head back to the village real fast and probably put the shears away. I want to head back to the village and start grabbing more supplies. Back to the stuff that I'm going to take. I should say the stuff I don't need to take. I'll just leave here. Alright, in fact, before we get there, how about we go visit the... thingy first? So we're looking at... This one says a jungle temple. It's like right over here. A normal torch plus soul sand. You don't know? Well, I don't know either. It might be. So we're looking at 64,088. But a little bit more on the x-axis. There it is. It has been spotted. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. It's not just the dungeons where you can get mossy cobblestone. If you're playing in 1.3, but between 1.3 and 1.7, you can get mossy cobblestone from here. Gotta make sure this place is all nice and bright. Just to say, I've been here before. Oh, you know what? I should have brought my shears. Because I don't have the tripwire. That's you. I don't have the shears to pick up the tripwire without triggering it. Where's the next wire? That's you. I don't know if there'll be anything good in here, but I guess I'll steal the arrows. Oh my gosh, there's bamboo in here. I'll take the diamonds though, and that ruby. Alright, well, if this is the first chest, let's go get the other one. Alright, I think it was... Was that the pattern? Nope, I missed something. Maybe it's in, out. Aha, there we go. I know I could totally just dig it up, but where's the fun in that? Got some bones. Who must have died here? And whoop. Alright, well, that's one of them. I guess while we're here, let's see, where is that second one? Negative 200. I think I'll focus on going to the village first. Alright, so that's that way. So the village from here is 64,500. Oh, sapling. Random sapling out in the jungle? Are the leaves decaying? What is this, Alpha 1.0? I guess I should say more so Alpha 1.1. Some portions of Alpha 1.0 didn't have leaf decay. I don't know what Notch did, but he done goof leaf decay. There was no leaf decay in early inf dev, and then it was brought around. And then something went wrong and it stopped working correctly. And then it was disabled completely in Alpha 1.2. I don't know what happened. Another one of those why Notch why moments. We should hopefully soon start seeing the pathway again. Because if that's just the center of the village... In fact, maybe I should go directly to the center. Because if it generates right where that bell is, that's what we're going for first. Beta 1.0 will always be Alpha 1.3. It just fixes leaf decay and multiplayer. Those are two, well, multiplayer I can handle in Alpha 1.2. But no leaf decay in Alpha 1.2 really makes me not want to play it. I'd rather play Beta 1.0 or 1.1. If I'm gonna go that far, why not 1.2? At least get to enjoy the Lapis generation. Alright, so we're looking at... Oh wait, hold up, I'm going the wrong way. It's 244. Hopefully I'll see it. So it's 244 and then 532. I'm really hoping that those are the exact coordinates where the center of town is. Oh buddy, what happened to you? That's a rather unfortunate spot to be in. You need to finish the block museum extension. I'm pretty sure everyone underestimates the amount of blocks you need for the block museum. Alright, this says 244, which is this way. Oh, something done goofed if I got all these seeds. Alright, 244 is right here. And then 32. I'm currently told that this is statistically the very beginning of the village. Question is, where's the big tree and the well and the bell? You know, the block I need. You know what happened here? This is so bizarre. You have the spruce tree, right? Or something like it. Then you have this jungle tree generate. But the jungle tree vines replaced the logs of the spruce tree that was supposed to be here. And it created this gapped pattern. When Minecraft generation gets interesting. There's a spruce sign. I'll take it. Now I can steal all their chests again. Hooray. Don't need the stuff that badly. Made it through alpha. I guess that is good. What version are you currently in? Pretty soon here I'm gonna need to steal one of these beds. Hey, if I can find another blue bed, that would be cool. Can't remember where it ended up. Oh wait, here's one. Hippity hoppity, this bed is now my property. Yeah, the taiga village generated right at the border here, because there's definitely a taiga here. Look at all these spruce trees. Oh, look, Mr. Meowsers. Hi, buddy. So you are in beta 1.0, I see. That's why you were talking about it. Yes. Fletching table. Whoops, sun's going down. We'll need to sleep soon. Did I really clean out the area already? It's such a challenge locating all the different buildings of this village because there's so many jungle trees everywhere. Excuse me, buddy. This is where I just was, right? Yep. Net, he came home to find his bed missing. Alright, pretty soon here, we're gonna need to sleep just to make sure that I reset the Somnia timer. Other than the separation of the font and rewritten leaf decay, again, what does beta 1.1 do? Didn't 1.1 also add more cape support? I can't remember what else beta 1.1 was supposed to do. Maybe I should just start heading back. Take on all the houses we see over there. Right here, how about I go this way? Now this is a decent village. It's just not a very good area, and I'm not finding the one thing I needed. I'm pretty sure there's only one that generates per village. Because there's certainly no bell around here, which means I'll just have to go track one down later. Leaf Decay didn't break in Alpha 1.2. Leaf Decay started having problems in Alpha 1.0. And so Notch disabled it in Alpha 1.2. He tried to bring it back for 1.2.3. And so it's enabled for one version. And then there's a crashing bug related to it, and so he said, well, disabled leaf decay again in 1.2.3_01. So then he just left it alone completely until beta 1.0, where beta 1.0 is all bug fixes essentially, and I think throwable eggs, and it came down to fixed multiplayer and fixed leaf decay. And then he redid Leaf Decay again in beta 1.1, which makes me think that he wasn't satisfied with how he did it the first time. Or it was mostly finished. I was kind of looking for a well. It's hard to find the center of the village now with the new design, since it's non-linear. The 1.14 village layout is much more open and spread out. And I think we should be close. Oh yeah, I see it. I see the beginnings of my outpost. Swim! Oh, hold up, let's not... There we go. Let's not run out of oxygen. You would probably have to look at the code, see how things work behind the scenes. Alright, so let's toss all this in here. Alright, so I already went to that one. I think I will venture out to the next... I think I will venture out to the next jungle temple since it's so close. In fact, there's two of them. We'll go to the one up north first. I just want to tackle all of these now, that way I can bring together other resources. It's kind of funny, there's also a desert temple that looks like it's going to be in a very weird position. Because it's right at the edge of the Disco Mountains. Yeah, we're looking at 200x. If this was flat ground, I can assure you travel times would be much shorter. But all this terrain and all these leaves make things interesting. If you don't play much alpha or beta, is it really just 1.0 and the latest release? Alright, what did I say? We were looking at 63. Oops. 813. When you say unique it looks, which one are you referring to? You're talking about the world you currently have, all the stuff you've done in the with 1.14 textures. Oh yeah, I shouldn't keep going this way. Oh wait, there it is. The previous comment. Leaf decay causing mixed up leaves. Oh, the mixed up leaves. That's what you were referring to. I had to read that a second time. This is the only world, the only Polyworld where I fixed up all the different leaves. I guess that's partly because I didn't want to put up with it anymore. Alright, so this one's using the same layout. Peekaboo, I see you. I'll take all that. 1 diamond and 2 or 3 zombie flesh. What is that? 1.16.5. I see. The purple arrows are from survival test. I made all the all the arrows purple. I don't think I did that right. Nope. Okay, so I need a yaw, a yaw, a yaw, a yaw. I know there's a pattern. I just haven't fully memorized it. All right, peekaboo. A lot of stuff I don't really need. I'll take it anyways. All right, well, this one's all done. On to the final one. So we're looking at 264,200. I should say negative 200 on the X. Hello. Jungle temples, I thought, were so very cool back when it was first added in 1.3. Same thing with desert pyramids as well. I think both of those structures were rather cool at the time. And then time passed, and we have various other things added. Especially with the complexity of ocean monuments and the new villages. The original dungeon and the old temples as well feel rather old and simple. Trial chambers. Trial chambers is another new structure we have that totally redid the system. Beep beep. Hello, home. Maybe while I'm... Nah, I don't need it. I'm not gonna drop off my stuff just yet. Alright, so negative 200 and 200 should be there rather quickly. I still haven't touched a trial chamber. I don't have any 1.21 survival worlds. The latest version of a survival world I have is 1.17.1, and that's the population Zelinator world. I've played a little bit of survival in 1.18. I don't think I ever touched 1.19 or 20 or 21. And the time I spent on a 1.18 survival world was during the snapshots. Snapshots for the terrain. I wonder what version my hardcore world is in, because that was one of the 1.18 snapshots. The only hardcore world I ever made. Oh, there it is. Not my world. The temple. I hear a zombie stepping on the thingy. Oh man, is the front door really clogged? Alright, I guess we're just gonna FBI open up. We're making our own way in. Hey, got him! Yeah, whoa. So nice bad guys. There was a surprise inside. There was a beta 1.3 world that I talked about on here a fair amount. I had it going for a while, and I really liked how far I've gotten on there. But I feel like, as a single-player survival world, I've kind of hit the point on there where I don't know what the purpose is. And so, I currently, as of recently, started a beta 1.8 world. Specifically because I wanted to play the unfinished adventure update. And because I figured, well, I don't like 1.0 enough. So I might as well downdate and see just how bad the version is to play. Beta 1.8.1 is slightly worse than Beta 1.8 for the reason of pumpkin seeds not generating in the thingy, not generating in server lag, not generating anymore on the mine shaft. There we go. Just forgetting the name of it. And so I don't know how that happened. But yeah, the reason why Beta 1.3 is Beta 1.3 is my favorite beta version. I still get to enjoy all the old bugs that were not fixed in, or I should say before they are fixed in 1.5 and 1.6. Beta 1.7 is alright, but I would prefer Beta 1.6.6 more than Beta 1.7, but clay generation is sadness in Beta 1.6, and Beta 1.7 fixes it. How did I get in here? There it is. Alright, cool. But yeah, I'm not one of those Beta 1.7 best version person. It's alright. If there was a mod pack, or at least a dedicated mod, that was focused on quality of life improvements and fixes and whatnot. I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like I would enjoy Beta 1.7 more with that. I think it's all vanilla compatible. I don't remember. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah. If I'm gonna play beta, I'd rather play earlier beta. Or the very tail end. I almost thought about upgrading my beta 1.8 world to 1.9 pre-5. But I think I'll keep it on 1.8 for now. It might be beta unleashed. Never played beta 1.7? You'll get to beta 1.7 when you get there. 7 more major updates. And a Chewy. Alright, so let's think. I can toss all that, and now we can start working on what sort of outpost I want to go for. I could do something kind of like what I had on my 360 world. My spruce outpost. I like the spruce outpost on there. I think all my outposts on that world were pretty fun though. There's a spruce outpost, there's the village outpost. I should say there's the village, the almost not a village, where it's just a well that generated, I think. That outpost over there. And then there was the desert outpost. Oh, that was rather fun to put together. Yeah, I'm thinking if I had sort of like fences here, if I do that, I'll need some sort of safe structure for my bed. And if this is my dedicated sleeping bag, then the blue bed is what we'll have here. I'm thinking keeping this here and probably clearing up the sand. I think I'll start with dirt. You know, I don't know, because I feel like if I had a little dock here, because if this is like a storage shed, over here, no, maybe over here would be some sort of shack for my bed. I don't know what this area would be used for. Maybe this is where I'll put the bed. Boop. So I guess what I'll do is I'll build a wall that sort of extends from here. But let me go back just a little bit more with the tree line. Because I want to take advantage of the thin space between the water there and the water here. That way I could use the water as natural barriers. I feel like beta 1.1 is a decent version, but if you want long term, I think beta 1.2 will suit you better. Oh, I heard that. One thing with long-term beta 1.6.6 worlds comes down to how badly will you want the clay generation. You gonna build with a lot of brick? I will say, the ability to just punch sheep and get their wool is definitely fun though. Beta 1.5 is right at the middle ground, but it does start the bug fixing process that beta 1.6 expanded on. But beta 1.5 is also the last version you get to enjoy minecart boosting, which I am a massive fan of. Totally unintentional game design, but I still greatly enjoy it. I can understand the last version without beds. I've always been, I guess, neutral towards beds. One of the reasons why beta 1.3 is my favorite beta version is because of the different slab types. And also the world save format. And I think I got something in my eye. I'm feeling it. I'm trying to think what else it added. Redstone repeaters. Redstone repeaters are also great. I don't know how much redstone there really is to do in beta, but with no blocks in beta 1.2, the repeaters help with that. Yeah, other than stuff like iron doors and redstone torches turning on or off, there's not a lot of redstone stuff that can be done other than the note block related until you get pistons in beta 1.7. So I will give 1.7 that. Pistons make redstone more useful because then you could do it for doors and stuff. Different areas have water flowing, control lighting because you could use lava or glowstone for that. I don't think you can move the glowstone, but you can have flux cover glowstone. Anyways, all that about pistons. Enjoy your booster cards while you can, because once you hit beta 1.6, they're gone and never coming back. But at least that gives you beta 1.5 to at least start preparing the booster rails. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think what I'll do is lower this just a little bit. So I bring that down, and then say 2 blocks forward, and then sort of smooth it out. There we go, this will give me a little bit extra space. And so, if I were to keep the bed, maybe more like here, if I have the back wall be here, this will give me some space. Maybe I should start with the little bed area. Maybe I should do this like umbrellas. Like, have them pop up tents. You could have redstone dust control iron doors. That's what you could do in beta. Yay. On my beta 1.3 world, I had a couple mods on there. I had Flans Plains and Floodgate. I wanted Floodgate specifically because it's sort of like Pistons, because it's one block and you can power it to have another block spawn next to it. and then unpower, and that block goes away. And so that's useful for controlling liquids. Yeah, with the amount of redstone you can get, you really don't need that much unless you build something like a vault. A combination lock. That's something you can do in alpha. Build a combination lock. Have that power an iron door once you do it all correctly. It's not going to be compact without repeaters, though. Repeaters will definitely simplify the process a bit. Alright, how do I want to do this? So, we'll start out with the good old jungle. In fact, how about I move all this stuff down real fast and separate what I usually do, blocks and items. So, I'll have that one be the items chest. I guess I should say 2D versus 3D. Oh, out of space. Because at this point, I wish I had inventory tweaks. Oh boy, I feel the hiccups. Alright, now I can toss all this. Was the sun going down? I didn't even realize. There we go. Total mess, but that's alright. There we go. Now everything's a little more dispersed. And huzzah. The Alpha 1.1 Winter Worlds are kind of cool. I will say that. I bet people were probably disappointed when they had a Winter World in 1.1, and then they updated to 1.2, and proper biomes existed. And so it just became like a novelty, having all that snow around. Alright, so now what I'm thinking, I sort of have this image in my mind, and I'm certainly going to need some jungle wood. I should have brought a crafting table. With the amount of crafting tables I have at home. Yes, I'll make another. Guess I gotta plop that right here. Maybe I'll have a furnace area. If my bed is there, maybe I'll have the furnace area somewhere around here. If I have this be chest storage and whatnot, that's for sleeping. This would be where the mine is. So I'll probably turn this into a dedicated staircase, but I can do that later. And so over here would be furnaces. So in fact, maybe I'll do that now. Do I have any coal? 18. I haven't even seen enough of 1.18 snow biome terrains. I know there's the big peaks, the snow-capped peaks. Those do look kind of cool. Don't know how fun it is to traverse, though. Alright, so the image in my mind. Let me grab some logs. So this is my bed. So if I just do something like that. Can I reach? Alright, maybe not. I can finally reach the floor 3 blocks down if I crouch. Hooray for being able to crouch into a block and a half space. Ah, the new 1.14 crouching brings happiness. Alright, let's see, did I do that right? There we go. Oh man, I might move it over. Alright, we're gonna move this over. It is offset just enough to the point where it can be better. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What did I do with the lodestones? As someone who has never once touched the Minecraft lodestone. There we go. That feels a little better. So now, let me grab all those sticks I keep collecting. Oh, you know what? Here are the rubies. Rubies and diamonds are coming home with me. I'll leave the iron in case I need it for out here. Change the netherite to iron? That is so much cheaper. Oh man, what were they thinking? Were they just trying to give another use to netherite? Oh yeah, I'll need several of these. Encourage the use of lodestones instead of coordinates. Interesting. I got the reasoning. Yeah, that original recipe, definitely rather expensive. And I'm looking for... Wait, no, is there a disagreement? It's not netherite to iron? Yeah, slabs, that's what we were doing. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this is what we have next. So what I'm sort of envisioning is a canopy. Kinda like this. Ah, one more. I'll go out one more. And so then what I do is I drop this down. Oops, that was not right. Get rid of coordinates without cheats. What? I'm kind of confused about the logic here. What platform are you talking about? Because you can forcefully disable coordinates for Bedrock. Whereas Java, it's just press F3. Alright, so that's all set up. We're gonna redo the floor. Yeah, I knew it. Y'all were both talking about different platforms. Because when Koski was talking about his realm, I knew that was Bedrock. Alright, so now... Nope. Wait, how much do I even need? Maybe I should do 40. If I need more coal, I can go back down to the ravine. Because I kind of want to use, like, cobblestone on the outside and then stone brick in the middle. So now, what we're going to do real fast, just hop back up here real quickly. Drop that torch there. Drop those two. I'll find another place for that last torch. That should prevent any bad guys from popping up. So now we need a couple more fences. One, two. In fact, we're also going to do the special and make the fence gate. Alright, so we're going to put the fence gate right in the middle here. And then with the fences, I want to expand them offward by one. Oh, in fact, I can even waterlog them now. Yay! Oops, except now I need more fences. Oopsies. I wonder if Notch didn't need coordinates for testing purposes. I wonder if they ever would have become a vanilla feature through standard gameplay. There we go. Except maybe I'll build this up. And then Huzzah! There we go, I guess. It's not supposed to be super complicated. I feel like I might have overdone it, though. Because I need to make sure that this one spreads out. Compasses were Alpha 1.0. Yeah, we had compasses before coordinates. That at least point you back to spawn. Because the coordinates were not until Alpha 1.2.3, I believe. Alright, so that's currently still cooking up. While that is, let me prepare the barrier. 1, 2, 3. And we'll put that torch right there. Now, I'll probably keep it over here. And oink. There we go. So now I just need to replace the rest of this with stone break. Here we go. This will be my little shed here. Not the most comfortable place for the bed, but definitely better than the sandy beaches over here. Isn't it nice that Minecraft does not have any tides? Even if the tide was affected by the moon phase. That certainly would be something. And what are we at? Already an hour and a half. Time goes zoom. I'll take this. Wasn't paying attention how much dirt I carved up, but this should cover most of it. There we go. Oh, in fact, it's completed. Yay! I'm happy. I think this turned out well. I kind of want a couple more fences, though, to put on the sides. I feel like I need just a little bit more. Toss all that. I can always use more fences, I suppose. Alright, cool. Oh, I can't sprint anymore. I'll probably eat after I take care of all this. There we go. Now it's boarded off slightly better. Looked weird having it slope down as the Zella moon rises. Alright. I'm still not sure what I want to do with the beach area yet. Maybe if I dug up more sand, I could have a sandy area. I challenged myself to do something different, if it sounds fun. And also depends on how much I want to spend the time. Yeah, we're gonna need much more cobblestone. Back down to the ravine, I guess we'll go mining. I feel I would appreciate maps more if they showed you your location when you were off the map. Because otherwise, you would have to know which direction you were going in to go the opposite. And you could tell which direction you're facing based on the direction of the sun. Don't know how many of these ores I'll need, but this will give me something more interesting to mine for than just going for cobblestone, which is what I really need right now. Good thing I kept that stack. Did I find the chest that I had? Well, I should say the chest I had in the village, to specify. So follow up. And I... Nope, missed some iron. I totally don't need any of these ores based on how much I have at home. But what's the point of setting up a new outpost if you're going to bring everything with you? I believe setting up an outpost in a new land should be self-sustainable, which is why with all those potatoes, I really want to work on a potato farm over here. You even have a clock. How much time do you spend down in the mines to the point where you would need the clock to tell you what time of day it is? Oh wait, is it still called a watch in 1.0, or has that already had its name change? Have it in an item frame? Oh. Where's your sky axis? Do you not have any sky visibility? I feel like I've never had a good use enough 4 clocks to carry one around. They're fine for decoration and stuff. It's just decor? No. That I can understand. I can understand having it around for decoration more than using it for a utility. Carrying a clock in old Minecraft, I can understand more. But if I'm down in the mines, it's not going to affect the time of day all too much. If I'm up on the surface, it should be easy enough to check the sun. I'm also one of those people who's very stingy with my inventory, and so I like to only keep essentials. Stuff I'm going to use at some point as I travel around. The clock is not one of those items. Oh, is there no cave here? Sad times. For as much as the nighttime mob cap, I should say for as much as the mob cap will be affected by nighttime approaching, based on down in the mines versus on the surface, I haven't felt the difference enough. I know it's there, because having nighttime allows for the bad guys to pop up on the surface more. But I don't feel the gameplay difference. Alpha 1.2, the debug menu was there, but if you're talking about the coordinates, no, Alpha 1.2.3. Coordinates came after clocks. And if you're talking about a day-night monitor on the debug menu, to this day it hasn't been added. Well, I guess there's the day counter, but that doesn't help with time of day. The day counter was something like 1.8, I think. I don't remember exactly. Maybe 1.9. 44 cobblestone, that's it. I might just start digging. I kind of do regret not using the, kind of do regret not utilizing the Enderman farm to fix my stuff, though. Oopsies. Huzzah. Nope. I guess being indoors, it makes sense. All of my indoors, though, level up, have very easy access to sky visibility. I'm a big Windows person, both as the operating system and putting it in all my structures. I end up having more window space than wall space if you take percentage. Maybe not that far. Maybe it's like 40% to 60%. 40% of my wall space is the glass windows, with the other 60% being solid blocks. Nuance. Gameplay differences. Gameplay differences. Because the clock's not for me. Clocks and compasses, how they just go round and round and round in the other dimensions. I needed... Yeah, so that one's all established. So for the little blacksmith hut, I want something different. Yeah, that can keep cooking. So what I wanted is probably going for a little multi-tiered structure. Did the compass just get paired with the lodestone in the nether? Is that just how you get the get that functionality? Because like I said, I haven't used the lodestones enough. Or at all. We'll make 3. Because what I want is this. There we go. There's my little furnace wall. Alright, maybe take all that, split it up. Truth be told, I just have a lot of coal, and this will help divide it some more. There we go. Hooray! So now we're going to build with something other than this. In fact, how about we get some stone and use some of that brand new smooth stone. We'll see if that looks interesting. Alright, let's go back down here. So that's how the lodestone is utilized, just with a regular compass. I guess that's more convenient than having a dedicated item that points at the selected lodestone. Makes the compasses more useful. Is there a way to clear the lodestone of... sorry, if there's a way to clear the compass of the lodestone. And I'm thinking of getting rid of this water. I don't know if I need it here. There's plenty of water topside. Bye-bye. I don't know how much of this I want to open, but I'm just going for stone to acquire to help dig up. Overstack's probably good. So now I'll just switch for the cobblestone. I'm seeing 0.0 drop frames. Oh wait, here's some coal. Hippity hoppity, this coal is now my property. I know I could use the other stone variants, but I'm trying to keep this outpost on the simple side. Howdy Henry, welcome back to the last 15 minutes or so of today. Oh, never mind. I saw the light and I thought, oh, did I hit a cave with some lava? Nope, it was just another spot for the torch. I did not intend on investigating the mine shaft. I didn't find it. Or use a tool to find. But still, that's me utilizing the manual search feature of my eyes. Alright, what's next? I'm kind of running out of areas where I just want to dig up cobblestone. I'd rather have a lot of cobblestone now, though. I do wish there was at least some sort of cave that branched off of here. Ravines usually intersect with caves because of how much volume they take up, but not always. Truth be told, I kind of wish ravines had a guaranteed chance of having a cave, but oh well. Alright, let's see. How many stairs am I going to need? Let's do some math. Do I want to dig up from the bottom or the top? You know, here. Well, I guess I could just do the math based on the heights. So 16, and we'll go from there. Speaking of coordinates, don't mind me using them. Oh wait, hold on. If it goes straight up to sea level, that's 64, right? That should be 48. That's a nice number. Oh, there's more coal here. Hold on. There we go. 48 cobblestone. I don't know if it's exactly sea level, though. I feel like for me to enjoy complex Minecraft, I need to have already passed through simple. And then eventually I got used to complex and want to go back to simple because it's different. Back and forth, I should say. Alright, grab all that. Now we're absolutely good with coal. So what we can do now, since I don't need to cook any more stone into stone brick, so we're gonna take some of this stone and we'll use that for smooth stone. The textures never change from the first forms. It's gonna be very close to what UMP is going to be looking like when we get there. Alright, what's next? I probably should have done half and half. Too late. But yeah, I wanted the smooth stone over here as the base product, main flooring. I'm thinking, what if I mirrored the shape? So 4 or 5, 3, and then 1. So if I had smooth stone, be like that. I'll take that. Thank you. 1 in the middle. Top there. So then for this is where I plop down 4 of the stone bricks. There we go. Not sure how I feel about that, but at least it's something. This is Ruby Dunk cobblestone. I still use the earliest texture for it. Same thing with the tall grass, or the grass block, I should say. Yeah, I feel like I need something that goes all the way around. How much andesite do I have? Oh wait, you know, I could use regular stone. Yeah, this is what I'll use. Maybe not that one. In fact, here, I think I will include the corners. Howdy Bean of the Soy, welcome back. I was supposed to do it yesterday, and I'll be honest, I kind of forgot. It happens. I was supposed to ask you for the new tunes you've worked on since the last time I asked you back in February. Original file and album. Otherwise, I've been meaning to watch your World Tour video, because I saw that one came out a few days ago as well, and I just haven't gotten to it. I feel like that's going to be a lot of fun. There we go. I think it needs a roof of sorts. Probably cobblestone, kind of like the back. Oh, in fact, hold on. How about I use some cobblestone walls? There we go. Any month's work? Yeah, because I remember you telling me. I remember you sharing how long ago since you finished, and so you did all the preparation for recording and whatnot. All right, there we go. So maybe I'll use. Maybe if I just coded this real fast. Not very satisfied. Unless if I were to do something more like this. That's a good way to go about it. Keep track of everything while you can. There we go. And then I think we're gonna try, if I can, we're gonna try to make some cobblestone slabs. Oh, sorry, the smooth stone slabs, as that's what they're currently called. I should call these alpha slabs. I don't know if I will. That's such a tall ceiling. Oh boy, I might have gotten a little bit too tall on this one. Oops. Yeah, my furnace wall over here ended up being really tall. I do like the stone that borders it though. Boop. It doesn't look like a grave to me. You know, that's not entirely true. I can see the resemblance. I wonder, what if I did that? Maybe only something like that. No. Decisions. I'll probably just leave this as is. Oh wait, hold on. Can we make stone walls? I should have known this just from whatever I was doing earlier. Hold on, let me gather a little bit more stone real fast. I must know on my own time if we can use regular stone to make stone walls. There's all the variations we have now. Ah, not yet. So probably what I'll just do then. Let's just do that. There we go. I think that feels a little bit better. So the last thing I'll need to do is block off this corner here. Plop down another fence gate. The only problem is this is sort of diagonal. If I really wanted, I could get rid of this. If I just did that. Oh look, now we're two separate areas of land. I'll just need to make sure to make a bucket and fix this up. I've already turned off the pack, see what it looked like back when I was in the beta 1.2 area. You missed it. Out of luck. You'll see what the world looks like eventually. Alright, toss all that, and water bucket. I know I have plenty of buckets at home as well, but that's alright. Alright, what needs fixing? It's hard to tell when the water doesn't render normally. Oh, is it done? Coolio. Let me just plop down a couple more torches. There we go. You know what, hold on, let me just do that real fast. Now I'm satisfied. You know what, maybe if I get rid of this. 1.16, you're confident in play and release? Because I remember there was a while back where you said once you hit release, you just don't have any interest. You just don't have any interest anymore. Has that changed? Are you a different man now, a couple years later? Say a couple of years, but it's probably only been a year and a half, not the most. Alright, yeah, sun's going down, and we now have 2 of our established outposts. We have our furnace area, and we have our sleeping area. So next up, because I still don't know what to do here, we're going to work on our mineshaft area. So what we are going to do is probably grab cobblestone, since I already have a bunch of this. In fact, we're going to make a stone grinder. That's not what it's called, it's a stone cutter. Grindstone and stone cutter. We're going to make a stone cutter for the reason of... In fact, here, I want to leave it right there. Can I put it sideways? Yeah, there we go. No, maybe I do like it more like this. Well, anyways, we want that because we are going to take advantage of the correction. So yeah, it does make 2 slabs. Cool. Alright, well, anyways, yeah, let's just make a bunch of stairs. There we go. Alright, anyways, if you do make it all the way until 1.16, I'd have to urge you to go slightly farther to 1.17, because as time has passed, well, I guess for a while now, I should say, I've appreciated 1.17 more than 1.16 as a version. Partly because the ores, I'm a big fan of the raw ores that 1.17 introduced. I want my cobblestone, excuse me. So if you just stick to the same area you've been, that's at least one positive, since you won't need to worry about the new additions of 1.17 there. Oopsies, did that wrong. I'm gonna hope I did the math right for this. But yeah, 1.18 is drastic change. But you still have time to get there when you do. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of the ceiling, but I want to get the stairs in place first. And I still have about 2 minutes. Yeah, if you can at least get the world, I should say when you get the world to 1.16, I'd say finalize it 1.17, be a happy camper, and then you could put the world to rest. Were you ever a Pocket Edition user? I feel like you were, but I can't remember. Oh, I have one extra stair. Where should I put this? Oh, you know what I could do? I could have upside down stairs. Say I put it like there. Do I hit my head on that? I think I'd feel better if that was farther back. There we go. Oops. Here, maybe I should get more cobblestone. Uh-oh. That's alright, I think. I don't know how big of a flood I just caused, but I guess we're gonna find out. Yeah, let me make some more stairs, though. Yeah, we have about a minute left of the day, then that'll be it. Oh, I don't have a way to put torches up. Oopsies. If you've played Pocket Edition for many years, I'd almost want to say that once you get the Java Edition world completed, you can go back and play Pocket Edition on your computer for Android afterward. That way you get to relive Pocket Edition history next. It looks like I need to dig up 2 blocks all the way down. Well, since they're going to be taking a good long while, there's still plenty of time. But hey, just a suggestion. Of course, there's also the 360 edition if you ever get to that as well. That one might be easier to play additionally. Oops, this got really dark. Yeah, I have to put all the torches on the one side. Or I could make this 2 blocks wide. Yeah, the last thing we're going to do is finish up here. If y'all have any final thoughts, start saying them now as we end off for the day. And then we'll be back again tomorrow for another 2 streams because I still have more catching up to do. And then Thursday is probably only going to be 1. Oopsies. Let me just plop down the last of these, and then I think that'll be it. Alright, 2 more. So yep, that's indeed all it for today. We'll be back again. More 1.14 out here at the outpost. Thank you all for watching. Bye.